The boy Dub Deuce in the building.
All right, what up, what up, what up? It is that guy Dub, and I am back with another video. How you guys doing at the end of the day? Shouting, I'm good money. Now today, we've got a special guest in the building because we're kicking off a new series to the show. It's called There's Definitely Pee in the Dating Pool. Now, before we get started, you saying you get to meet the lovely Heather. We're gonna start on pay some bills. This little guy right here, this is Little Dub. You said he's brought to you courtesy of CIA Customs. You said holler at Denver Morales on Facebook. You said he can get you right. He's not gonna be as cool looking as Little Dub, but you saying he'll get you right. Also, our other sponsor is Keep Fucking Hustling. No matter what you do in life, keep fucking hustling. Let's go. Now, today, we've got Miss Heather. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Okay, now, for those that don't know, I thought of this series called There's Definitely Pee in a Dating Pool. So what I did, I went on Facebook dating, even though I'm married, and my wife knows everything. She's actually upstairs right now. But I created a dating profile because I wanted to know what people thought about the dating scene. So this lovely woman, Miss Heather, reached out to me. Said this was definitely be something she'd love to talk about. So I'm gonna, without further ado, the floor is yours, Miss Heather.
What would you like me to talk about? First of all, okay. The title is priceless. Pee in the dating pool is perfect because there absolutely is. There absolutely is.
Okay, now you said I guess we'll start off as how has your experience been in the dating pool, especially these days?
It's horrible. So I'm in my 40s, and dating in your 40s is awful. I didn't think I was supposed to be here anyway. I should have been married already. I've done that. That was horrible. So I'm dating again? This is stupid. But it's I don't know if it's pee in the dating pool. I don't know. Is it oil? I really don't.
It's definitely something. Okay, we see all these videos going viral of you said these lists and everything. Women, they don't want to go to chain restaurants or just ridiculous things that we're seeing online. And we're seeing a lot of women in the comment section co-signing this nonsense. You said now how does that hit you? You said when you see stuff like that?
Because it's on both sides. People are under the impression, women specifically. I just had a conversation with a man yesterday from the dating app, and he said, unfortunately, society today has made us have to be on social media for dating. He misses the days when he could just walk up to a lady in the grocery store and say, hey, good morning, I think you look really pretty today. Women, he said we as women look at men that do that like you're weirdos. He's absolutely right. And yeah, some men are weirdos, but some women are weirdos too, because one, regardless of how attractive you are, every man doesn't want to get in your panties just because he said good morning to you. Sometimes he really just might wanted to compliment your shoes, or you look really pretty today. I have a 16-year-old daughter, and she made the most beautiful statement last night when I said this to her. And she said, people act like platonic isn't a word anymore. You act like people can't just walk up and say good morning to you. That doesn't mean they want to be in a relationship with you. They just wanted to say hello. But if by chance they wanted to get your phone number, the first thing you say is, he says good morning, you say, I'm married, I have a relationship, I'm taken. Are you though? How hard was that? You could have just had a conversation. Conversation rules the nation. You know?
Well,
it's weird. And women, you can't be a nickel looking for a dime. You just can't. And so when you're out there talking about, I don't want to go to this restaurant, well, let me ask you this. When's the last time you took yourself out? Because see, I buy myself flowers. So because I buy myself flowers, I expect my man to buy me flowers. So if I'm taking myself to Red Lobsters and Cheesecake Factories and Fogo de Chao, if I'm taking myself to those places, that means I expect you to take me to those places. But if I'm eating off the dollar menu at McDonald's, who am I to expect Red Lobster and Olive Garden from you?
Exactly. Now I saw another video where a guy, he was meeting, he picked a girl up, and he said he wanted a casual date. So he took her to Starbucks, and she lost her shit. And it was she was like, well, I put on this dress, and he was like, I just met you. I figured we could have some coffee and see where the day goes.
Absolutely.
and she lost her mind. It's like a lot of these, and then of course the other one with the lady with the Cheesecake Factory and stuff like that, which I commend both gentlemen on using you very classily taking those women home.
Yep.
Dates over with. Using because
Yep.
you're showing me that not only are you uncooperative, but you're also difficult to work with.
Absolutely.
And I see it all the time, and I use it because I've got friends that are single. I deal with a lot of comedians. I've had a lot of comedians from the Cleveland, Akron scene on my show, and it's some of the stories that they tell when it comes to people in the crowd, and it's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like my buddy, Tyrone Gaines. You said like he brought up a joke, and he was talking about he said everybody, all these women out here are talking about they're masculine women. He was like, you're not masculine, you're just a jerk. He said,
Correct.
he's like, where are these masculine women? How many of them are throwing the football with their son? You're not masculine, you're just a jerk. So
Correct.
hearing that joke, you said, how does that resonate with
you? Because unfortunately, society has made it okay for people to not have to be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Women alike. Look, I've been in a relationship and I've been a single mom. Mm-hmm. I've been married and I've been a single mom. I've been single and I've been a single mom. You know, society has made it okay for us to sit back and say it's your fault. Mm-hmm. It's your fault I'm single. It's your fault that this happened. You don't have to be accountable. They're okay with you passing the buck to somebody else. I am. And women are so quick to say, well, had you had stuck around, I wouldn't have had to throw that football with my son. But listen, I throw a football with my son. My daughter is an outstanding quarterback. Okay. My daughter, I did that. That doesn't make me a masculine female. I still get my nails done. I got a nail appointment every 2 weeks. There's nothing masculine about me. I can throw a football. That's no excuse. How about you get in that kitchen and cook that meal, though?
I actually do that regularly. So.
And look, I just want the woman to do it. I don't even need the man to do it. There's so many women like in this. How many times I have to say to these men, I really sincerely, they don't make them like me anymore. And if they do, I really don't know where they are because these women aren't raising their daughters to be wives. You're raising your daughters to just be here. I can't even tell you that you're raising your daughters. You're just existing. You're not raising them to do anything. When I was growing up, my grandmother was teaching me how to be a wife. So I know how to do voodoo shit like fold a fitted sheet. You know what I mean? Like, I can do that. She told me a wife was going to need to know how to do that. I can do that. You know? People aren't teaching their children that. They're not teaching their daughters that. So when your daughter is walking around on social media in her itty bitty booty shorts and she thinks that that's how she's supposed to catch a husband because he's some rapper, how about you catch that good mechanic who's working down the street? How about you catch him because he don't ever miss a day at work? And maybe he really does just want to enjoy your time at Starbucks because it's not about where you take me. It's about the time that you spend with me. Facts. And people are missing that. You're not looking for a companion. You're not looking for a person, your person. When you're looking for your person, it won't matter where he spends that time with you. It's just going to matter that he spends that time with you.
Exactly. You said it was funny that you brought that up about the fitted sheet, and I'm probably gonna have to clip that. You saying to use it for promo, but the girl on TikTok where she was sitting there, I guess you're ready to do the Megan Thee Stallion challenge, and she was like, "But can you fold a fitted sheet though?" That was, I laughed from a good healthy.
That part, but can you?
I laughed so hard at that.
Absolutely.
Now, as far as you said, like men, in your opinion, you said, like when I met my wife, I had no children. She had 3, I had none. You said, now, what would be your advice to men? Let's say they don't have children coming into a situation where you do have children. How do you expect that man to move? And what should he expect from you?
Don't jump in trying to be their dad. And I don't care how old the child is. Don't jump in trying to be their dad because you don't know how that child feels about their paternal situation. My children in particular, my daughter is not in favor of her paternal situation.
Mhm.
So any man that I choose to be in a relationship with, that conversation exists of, listen, I'm not looking for a daddy for my kids. I'm not looking for a stepdad for my kids. You have to be in a relationship with that mom first
Mhm.
so you can get to know those kids. Move cautiously, move considerately.
Mhm.
Understand that mom isn't the only one who comes with baggage, because mom's not in a relationship because either that other man cheated or dad cheated or he was abusive, he was verbally abusive, he could have been mean to the kids.
Mhm.
Mom's not the only one who carries baggage. Those babies carry baggage. So
Facts.
you have to be considerate of that as well. Don't come in on some, I'm your dad, the rules are on me, I run this. No, don't even, just try to be their friend. Just try to be there. Show them that you know how to listen. Show
Mhm.
them, more importantly, show them you know how to take care of their mom, because that's really all they really want. Once they know that their mommy is okay, because she's everything. She is
Mhm.
air, she is water, she is food, she is their source of everything.
Mhm.
So they will be okay when they know that mommy is being taken care of. So you
Okay.
got to move accordingly, because then that's when the babies will, they'll drop their guard down a little bit, because they'll know that mom is at peace. Mom is okay, you know?
Okay, I definitely understand that. You said, but like we had these conversations about you saying going 50-50 or this, that, and the third. It seems like so many women, I see it on the social media and I laugh my ass off because you said it's like so many women, they want the man to come in giving them husband energy, but you said they don't want to give wife energy until they feel like it. You know?
Absolutely.
And I don't think that's fair. You said I don't think it's at all. You
Not
said
at
because
all.
like at the end of the day, you said for the slow motherfuckers in the back, because this show is raw and uncut, we don't give a fuck around here. For the slow motherfuckers in the back, 50-50 does not always mean monetarily. It means if
Amen.
I'm taking my ass to work and providing for the house, I should be able to come home to a hot meal and a clean house. Or on some real shit, you say, hey, if we're on a road trip and I go into you pay for the gas, hey, maybe you can hit the windows. It does, it's something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or you say, hey, if I wash the clothes, you take them out of the dryer.
Yes.
It's energy. It's not always monetarily. So you got so many women that are so fucking selfish, and it's just and literally they're like you mentioned earlier, they're raising their children to be, well, especially their daughters, they're raising their daughters to be side pieces, and they're raising their sons to be pookies.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
And I think that's some clown shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We need to get back to the using time where we were old school. You know what I'm saying? Like you want a man to do X, Y, and Z, but at the end of the day, if you like, let's say I took you out on a date right now, and I come to pick you up, and you say like me, I've got on a suit or something like this or whatever, and you're spilling out of your clothes. You say I'm taking you somewhere. You're basically a reflection of me. Which tells me you have this you said level of you don't give a fuck. You just want to be seen. You're peacocking everybody.
Absolutely.
So like the interaction that we're going to have is going to be skewed and jaded anyway because you're looking for attention when you've already got my attention because I'm here taking you out.
Exactly.
I
And
don't need you to spill out of your clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's like leave something to the imagination. It's like, and of course we can say, oh, well, you can't tell a woman what to wear, what to do, and blah blah blah. Like, come on, can we get back to the time where we had some fucking decorum? You know what I mean?
that word, can we get to the time where you didn't have to tell a woman what to do or what to wear, because she already knew? It was your job to be a lady. That is your job, to be a lady. And when you're in a relationship, you are his lady. You absolutely are a reflection of him no matter where he takes you. So I don't if you have I'm never going to be the underdressed one. I'm always going to be the one. You do so much, Heather. Like, you're so extra. That's always going to be me. However, there are not enough women who are like, oh, let me match that energy. You
Mm-hmm.
got on that suit. Let me put on them red bottoms and that pantsuit that I have. Let me
Mm-hmm.
put on that dress that comes all the way to my knees. Let
Mm-hmm.
me do that. I'm not saying you have to dress like a nun. There are plenty of conservative, sexy outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I was growing up, the thing was the imagination is what was sexy. The
Mm-hmm.
mystery of it is what did it for people. you have, I mean, come on, back in the day, they weren't allowed to show their ankles. They were like, oh, they showed
Right.
their ankles. You know what I mean? And now there's nothing. Like, you show everybody everything. You give him nothing to have to work towards.
Mm-hmm.
You already gave him everything. He sees everything, and you're quick to take it off and give him everything. Where's your respect and your decorum? So when you got up today, you was like, you know what? I'm a lady. Let me dress as such.
Mm. Now, another thing that's funny, because you mentioned, because they're showing it all, like literally, because like back in the 50s, and of course, like, because you look at old movies, there was a reason that women had damn near full body bathing suits, because it was you can go to jail for showing too much skin back then, either white or black. You said like literally. You said it's like now. You said you scroll down certain timelines, or you said you scroll down Instagram, and you said like you pretty much see it all. It's like, wow. And it's crazy to me. But we're also in an era of social media to where you financially benefit from your social media. And you said if you're benefiting by selling sex or whatever, hey, get your bag. I'm not one. Hey, dude. At the end of the day, you're not my woman.
Absolutely.
You're not my woman. So hey, do your thing. You said, but stop jumping in my DMs asking me to purchase your OnlyFans, because I don't have to do that. For one, I've got a wife, and for two, Pornhub is free. Knock it off. So, with that being said, why do you think so many women get angry when they show that type of content? Where dudes is in their DMs just wanting to fuck?
Why do they get angry? Because they feel they have a right to do so. Mm-hmm. They feel, I'm a woman. I can do what I want. I can wear what I want. You can't tell me anything. It's my body. And you're right. Listen, don't get it. I am pro-woman. I am pro-female. I am pro-women's rights. I am pro-equality, right? It is my body, and you can't tell me what to do with it. Mm-hmm. At the same time, though, you also can't act a certain way and not expect people to give you that feedback. You were looking for that. If you're half naked on the internet, how do you not expect somebody to assume that you're just gonna go all out as soon as he meets you at noon today? How can you not assume? How can he not? You're on there full everything for the world to see. And the internet is very unforgiving. So, and it's there forever. You really can't be mad. I just feel women are making poor choices. And at the same time, you can't do that and then flip the script and be like, I'm just trying to get a husband. Are you, though? Because what kind of husband wants that for his wife? Mm-hmm. What kind of respectable man are you going to catch if he knows that you are easily accessible to everybody? I don't know what kind of man, and don't get it. I know that there are men like those women over at that bunny ranch in Nevada. They have husbands. They have husbands, and he fully knew that when his wife went to her 9 to 5, she was finna go do what she do. Right. But at the same time, there's certain husbands that these women out here today claim to be chasing. Those are not the same kind of men. That's not who you're not going to attract. That CEO at that Fortune 500 company, he's not going to marry you. You look like a really good time, but he's not going to marry you. Right. This is not Pretty Woman. It doesn't work out that way.
Facts. Now, this is a truth moment here. It's like going off what you just said. Yeah. I have a fragile male ego. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So like those type of women, like strippers, porn stars, exotic. I couldn't go down that route. You said my ego is fragile, and I know somebody else is doing that. Like I'm a skinny dude. I can fight, but I'm a better shooter. Just gonna put it out there. And you say, hey, honey, yeah, this man, you saying he gave me 12 inches today. Okay. Damn. Right. Now you say like most men won't admit to that, but you say, yo, that would bruise my ego. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I'm not even gonna put myself in a situation where I know that would fuck me up. Because that's how. Because a lot of times, I think a lot of times when using men, especially when they become abusive towards women, using like whether it be verbal or physical, is because their ego's bruised. But instead of knowing how to talk it out or yo, what you did made me feel this way, or taking a walk down the fucking street, you're trying to exert dominance in a violent way, which is, in my opinion, I didn't see my parents going through that using when I came up, so I don't do that. No, I'm not even gonna lie to you. In my head, I have kicked my wife in the side of the face
Facts.
15 times today. Usually, not gonna lie to you, but never go there. Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm trying to set a standard when it comes to using my family as well. But it's just like, but with that, you'll also have women that are scared to not give a man their number because they might feel like they may bruise his fragile male ego or whatever, and they might do something. So, in your opinion, how do you deal with that situation and telling a man no?
So, as tough as I am on women, because I'm very hard on a woman. I'm very hard on a woman. I feel we have a whole list of responsibilities that we should be taking care of as a woman. And so, because I'm that hard on a woman and I'm stuck, we have women roles. I understand that men have feelings and that they have sensitivity issues and that they have ego issues. Um, but at the same time, y'all can't be soft. You just can't. You can't be applesauce. You can't be no marshmallow. I'll run over you, and you can't do that. And so, like, to tell you no, I don't want to hurt. I don't like for my feelings to be hurt, so I'm not going to hurt nobody's feelings. But if I got to tell you no, the answer is hell no. Nah. Like, it's no. Like, you're regardless of how fragile your ego is, you are still a man. You still have that masculine energy. I still expect you to have that, so I still treat you like you have that, regardless of what you've shown me. I understand you may you just feel some kind of way right now about this situation, but you are still a man on the inside. So respectfully, I'm gonna still tell you that no, like a grown man should be able to accept that.
Well, it's crazy because, like I said, it's like I don't necessarily want to equate it to a fatherless homes or whatever, because I mean we see it with children with both parents. It's just like they don't know how to take rejection. And I think because I'm 41, so like I consider myself somewhat of an OG. I think all this bullshit started when we started participation trophies. Children are not held. They're not taught to fight anymore. They're not taught to earn that spot. It's just given to you.
Show up.
And
you get rewarded for just showing up.
And it's like my 16-year-old, because I've got 5 kids. I've got 20, 18, 16, 9, and 4.
Ooh.
And 4 out of my 5 children are girls, so please pray for me.
Ooh.
It's all bad. But
no, it's 2 prayers for that one.
Appreciate it. I need it. But it's like my 16-year-old, we have to tell her to get up and clean up every day. She knows the routine is every day. We have to tell her every day. And then she'll sit there but she has no problem asking for money for everything, but we have to tell you to get up. So she'll sit there and like, when you can tell when she really, really wants something, because she'll take the initiative to do it. But we've told you 6 days out of the 7 to get your ass up and do something. But now that you want something, now you want to go clean the bathroom. She's like, well, Pops, I clean the bathroom. Okay, you want a cookie?
Right.
Like,
right.
It's just like,
I don't know. I think that's a teenage thing. Because in my example to that is I get up and go to work every single day. Nobody has to come and say, hey, Mom, come wake up. You have to go to work today. Nobody has to say, hey, Mom, you have to pay the water bill. Mom, you have to pay the electric bill. That's my job. You have 2 jobs. Do your chores at home and go to school. Those are your only 2 requirements because you're a teenager. That's it. So why should I have to double back and be like, hey, don't forget to do your homework. Don't forget to clean your room. That is your job. I don't require anything else of you. So if I, as a whole adult, can have an encyclopedia worth of responsibilities and and get them done. I don't feel that you making your bed, taking out the trash, doing the dishes, doing your homework, and going to school and making your acceptable grades. I don't feel that is far fetched.
Mhm.
I don't. I don't feel that's far fetched at all.
And it's just crazy because like a lot of people have questioned my parenting, and you said like when I say that is because when my 20-year-old when she first got a job, I gave her a bill. Of course, it was the internet bill, which was, and they was like, well, you shouldn't make them pay bills and how these fuckers live here for one. For two, use it if you have a bill that you know comes around every month. Use it as well as your cell phone bill. Okay, I'm teaching you responsibilities because you said
Yes.
when it comes time to you, and I'm petty. I am petty as shit. So if you don't pay that bill, I'll let the internet get cut off. I don't give a shit. I can use my phone. I don't give
That's
a fuck.
real life. That's real life consequences.
Yeah.
That's real because if you say here's the internet bill and you're responsible, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they don't pay it and you pay it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you might already paid it and they're just reimbursing you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, but they're gonna know if I pay it late, it's still gonna be on. Dad's really not tripping. Like he's making all this okay. It's just an example. But if you give them real consequences to go with
Mm-hmm.
those real responsibilities, that there's nothing to question in that parenting. They're 20, they're not 10.
Mm-hmm.
And like I
Exactly.
tell my son, you're going to be a grown man a lot longer than you're going to be a child. So the things that I need to teach you and the things that you need to know, those are things that for you to be a grown man, a functioning member of society.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that I teach you. So our family motto is choices and decisions equal consequences and repercussions.
There you go.
My children could say that from the time they were like 18 months old. Like they knew that's what it is. We live by that. Those are tattoos, family tattoos we got. So we believe that. So if you're making the conscious choice, you made $200 this week, you know you got that $40 Wi Fi bill.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to go buy them concert tickets or go get your nails done. Okay, well, then you have no Wi Fi tomorrow. Like that's going to get turned off. And in about 7 days, you're ass out. So if
Mm-hmm.
that was the choice that you made, you need to understand that those consequences come with that because that's real life.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm petty as shit. I'm extremely petty. Like even if I pay the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, on my phone plan, I've got a hotspot, I've got my phone, and I've got a tablet. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Literally everybody in the house, I could give the password to the hotspot to, so they can still have their internet and stuff like that. Except for that one child who has postpaid
Absolutely.
internet bill, and I'll take the whole router out of the house because I'm petty like
Yep.
that. I mean, and I try to teach my children using just learn how to be a leader instead of a follower. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, something I grew up with, which is also a family tattoo of ours, which is association brings on assimilation. So,
Ooh.
so if you are hanging out with a group of dummies, using you're part of that group of dummies. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and so you should be cognizant of who you have around you because it says a lot about your character. And with my kids, I've done the best that I can using trying to teach them, bringing them up, and using they've done their kid things and had bumps in the road and stuff like that. But I guarantee you one thing: if you talk to any of my 5 children, if I told them something was going to happen and they went against it, you just ask them how often was I wrong. Every one of them will tell you never. I've never been wrong. When I'm telling them what I tell them to play, what's going to happen exactly is how it's going to play out. And of course, like I said, kids will be hard headed and they'll do it their own way. And I just sit there, shake my head, and catch my 7 chuckles and keep it moving. You know. But back to the dating pool, like what are some of the good things that you've seen out there in the dating pool? Even though we know it's still bad, but what are some of the good things you've seen?
It's not even that they're good. It's just mutual across the board. Um, Women aren't the only ones getting the short end of the stick on the in the dating site.
Mm,
Um, I mean, so there's. I wish you could see my inbox. We have inmates. I mean, you're in prison with a cell phone, with a never ever ever exit date. You have forever, forever, forever in the penitentiary. Why are you in my inbox? You can't. You're looking for a wife. I'm not her.
Mhm.
Good luck with that. However, why are you on this dating app? Like, find some. You're not really on there, but it goes across the board. Women aren't the only ones getting felons in their inbox. There's women felons who are contacting these men. Women
Oh,
aren't
I've
the
had a
only ones
couple.
getting the short end of the stick with, men not being honest or not being who they said they were, or having a whole wife at home and just looking for somebody else. Women are doing the same thing to the men.
Mhm.
It's not good. It's just equal across the board. We're all being assholes to each other, and we're
Mhm.
making it extremely hard. Everybody, not we. I'm not an angel, but I'm a good woman, and I deserve a good man. And so the women who are not good women and the men who are not good men are making it really, really hard for the people who are out here trying to be in a good relationship with a solid relationship.
Mhm.
They're making it so very hard for us. So very hard. You
Mhm.
have a lawnmower, I have a dog.
Yeah, I hear the lawnmower stopped a little bit ago, so
I
it's
think he's
all good
barking
though.
at the mailman.
Okay, now I think this is gonna be a question I ask every guest.
Okay.
Okay, now my wife okayed it. She using she was there through every step of the process while I created this profile,
Okay.
and she understood what I was trying to do. Now,
Which was
as somebody,
brilliant, by the way. That was brilliant. And I commend you for coming up with that concept. And
mm,
that was the perfect place for you to go to get the content you were looking for. That was
I
good.
def- I definitely appreciate it. Now, somebody that's actually using you're in there for a specific reason, whether it be you looking for a relationship or looking for just chatting and this, that, and the third. When you ran across my profile using like what, how did you feel about the other outside of thinking it was a good idea? But you said when I was very transparent, and said I am married. I'm not interested in anything but guests for my YouTube channel. What? Because a lot of people don't know how to be honest, and I think that me putting it that way was very honest. So like when you saw that, what did you think?
Um, I was so excited because I've been trying to express my frustration
Mm,
on this subject um for a very long time, for like the last 6 months at least. And I have a TikTok page, but I don't post anything. Like, I don't say anything. I repost things. I
mm,
may post pictures of me, but I don't say anything. And I was like, that's my platform, because I don't have a problem with talking. I
mm.
don't have a problem with articulating my thoughts. Um, but TikTok makes me shy, and so I don't. So when I saw your post, I was like, yes, you like, yes, like, that's gonna be the perfect outlet, because people need to know that, yo, women like me out here, we are fucking suffering, like, we are dying out here.
Mm,
Sometimes I just, my kids are teenagers. I go to work, I go home, I go to work, I go home.
mm,
um I don't want to go to the movies by myself. I don't want to go to a restaurant by myself. Sometimes my teenagers, they're teenagers. They don't
mm,
always want to go out and do stuff with mom. You know what I mean? They're
mm.
they're not. It's not their job to be my companion. It's not their job to be my best friend. That we're suffering out here. We're drowning, and nobody. We needed to be. I needed to be able. Other people are suffering like me, and I know that they have nobody to scream to. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Okay, now is it like in a partner? What is something that you are looking for using coming to your table?
um, Honesty. Um, I don't I work every day, so I don't need your money.
Mm,
Um, but am I tired of buying myself flowers? Yes. So I'd like for you to do that. But I need your honesty, your loyalty.
mm,
Don't be lazy. You People need to understand that you genuinely, it's okay if you don't have everything or you're not perfect.
mm,
You're looking for somebody to be imperfect with, you know? I don't
mm,
need you to have everything. I just need you to be able to want to build stuff,
mm,
to do things towards the future. Um, you just have to be open. Communication is huge. Honesty is huge. Don't ever lie. Lying, that's the fastest way to be dismissed. Like, just don't lie. It's unnecessary. What do you gain from that? Like,
nothing.
so yeah, just basic things. I don't require much. Oh,
Mm.
I do require you to kill spiders and take out trash, because I don't feel like trash is a girl job. So, you know,
It's fun. It's super funny because he's in. No matter what time of day or night it is, if like I said, if it's on the weekend, and one of the kids using sees a spider or an ant or using one of those damn stink bugs or whatever, pops, 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 and
yes,
he's like they're all frantic, like pops, can you get it? Can you get it? Can you get it?
yes.
Yes.
Because
And
I'm
then I
ready to
go,
call animal control. I'm ready to call the fire department, Homeland Security. I'm ready to burn the house down. Like,
oh man, not Homeland Security.
we will be, yo, a
Oh,
spider, a stink bug. It's over. It's over. The whole house can go.
oh my goodness, that is it's so funny. Use it now. Use it. Shifting gears, because it's something that popped in my head, and you said that's how I do my interviews. A lot of people will sit there and they'll plan out what we're going to talk about. I don't do that. I go off the vibe of the conversation. Because I feel like it's more genuine that way.
Absolutely.
So you said it's like, in your opinion, because a buddy of mine named Lex Vegas, who has a show on Redline Radio, which I actually just left Redline Radio to do my own thing, which brought me here. But shout out to my brother Lex Vegas. You know what I'm saying? He said that if he called AAA and a female AAA agent showed up to change his tire, does that make him less of a man?
Absolutely not.
Expound upon that.
Because that is, oh, bless his heart for that. However, no. Just because how about you just appreciate the fact that we can? Because knowing that your woman could be on the highway and she could get a flat tire. She got that. Like, I can change my own tire, nails done and all. I don't require you for that. That doesn't make you any less of a man. That is not a requirement of a man for you to know cars and be able to change a tire. That's not a requirement. I don't look down on you because you can't do that. I have a man right now, a friend. He just bought a house in Ohio. He has acres of land. Okay. He doesn't own a lawnmower. And he has no idea how to operate a riding lawnmower. I'm going to go teach him how to do that because he doesn't know how to do that. That doesn't make him. And he says, is that weird? Like, that I don't know how to do that? I'm like, no, you're a city boy. Your environment dictates what you had to learn. You weren't required to learn that. You were required to not have a lawn. You were required to maybe shovel the sidewalk instead. You weren't required to have a riding mower. So no, your environment dictated what you were supposed to know. And as your friend, your environment dictated you didn't need to know how to change a tire. You had somebody for that already. You couldn't resource, you had to outsource, and that's perfectly fine. That doesn't make you any less of a man. I'm sure you do other things quite well.
It is now on the flip side of that coin, you said now, like I said, a female AAA agent comes out to change your tire. Now, let's say if you're at the gas station and you see a young lady and a young man, and the young lady is pumping the gas.
Shit. I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit. Cash shit. I'm liable to knock on the window. I'm talking shit so loud, everybody at the gas station's going to hear me.
Oh my
because
goodness.
there is no reason that young lady, that old lady, that any lady has not taken that money, and her job is to go in the store and pay for that gas. When she comes back out, he better be at that gas pump, twisting off that thing, ready to pump that gas. There is no reason a female should be pumping gas. You better not be sitting in that car unless you're injured and can't walk while that lady is pumping gas. She can change her tire. She better not pump her gas.
But is it a difference when, because like I said, we got a professional AAA using roadside assistance person.
That's her job. She gets paid for that. Ain't nobody paying me to sit at that gas pump and pump my gas, and you're sitting in the car on your TikTok. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not if you want dinner tonight. Absolutely
I know that's
not.
right. I know that's right. Now, I saw you remember the video where the father showed up to bring his child McDonald's, but the woman, she had other children and he didn't bring the other children McDonald's?
He only brought his child McDonald's and not those other kids.
Okay, before I ask you what your thoughts on that particular situation was, I'm going to tell you, because on my TikTok, that guy Dub, by the way, is I did a video about that. I said everybody's sitting there talking this, that, and the third. You said about what he should have done when it came to that McDonald's. Well, you know how I feel. Fuck them kids. And what's crazy, it was simple, short, to the point video. That video did almost 50,000 views on it in a day. I literally just said, fuck them kids. And it's like, I'm gonna preface this by saying, when I say fuck them kids, I will still use it like, because I love my children. I say fuck them kids to my kids all the time.
Me
But
too.
I will break your fucking face over the same goddamn kids. You see, but
Absolutely.
to me, you cannot be a parent if you've never said fuck them kids. Like,
Amen.
like, let's say you bought a 6-pack of fucking Pepsi, and you had your mouth set for that shit. You know what I'm saying, when you got home and you get home and them little assholes drank your shit. Now, of course,
Fuck
yes,
them kids.
you can go to the store and go get you another Pepsi, but I have one here. Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Absolutely.
Then you said, when it comes to that particular situation, let's say you were the mother and he was only doing for his child, whether it be he can only afford for McDonald's for the one child or whatever, like, how would you have handled that situation?
So I understand. I understand how he only bought for his biological child. I get that. Why you only did it, that is for you to know. Your why doesn't matter to me. Your why is irrelevant. You did. That was, you had one job. You have one responsibility, and that baby is your responsibility. And you did your job. You fed your baby today. That's all that was required. You did your job. However, I feel as though it was I think both parents should be kind of, talked to, because I feel that was a breakdown in communication, because you don't ever want those other babies to feel different. You never want those babies to feel different. And had dad had a conversation with mom, maybe you could have planned that a little better so that you provided for your child, but mom got to provide for those other ones. So that nobody was left out. That is a horrible feeling as a child, to, especially if it's a sibling of yours, to watch them get something, a treat, and you didn't get it. It's not your fault that maybe your daddy is a piece of shit. Maybe your daddy doesn't care about you. Maybe your daddy doesn't do shit like that. Maybe your daddy doesn't take care of you that way. Maybe his thing is buying you tennis shoes and not buying you fast food. But just better communication, because no babies, I don't care how old these babies are, 4, 7, 17, you are all babies to me because I'm a whole mom, so I never want any babies to feel left out or different. I just feel that should have been better communicated between the parents.
Facts.
That should have been covered a little better. But he should, by no means should he be at fault, because it is not his job to take care of them other men's kids. Not his job. So yeah,
So,
fuck them kids.
yeah. Like, we also see all over the internet with these self-proclaimed alpha males, and I say that to say, if you have to tell motherfuckers you're an alpha male, you're probably not an alpha.
Then you're probably not.
Yeah. And you say, like, me personally, I let my work speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't have to tell people who I am. I'm a podcast host and I'm a truck driver for 20 years. You say, that's all you need to know about. I'm not a blah, 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 blah. Now, I think my character speaks for itself. So that's what it is. Now, a lot of these so-called self-proclaimed alpha men will tell men that if you take on a woman with kids, you're simping, because you're taking care of another man's seed, which I think is some goofy shit at the end of the day. But that's just my opinion. That's some goofy shit. But even like, when you see, because we see what the women say on the other side of the coin was like, take his ass for everything you can fucking get. And you think, but then on the flip side, you got men telling, if you take on a woman with kids, you a simp. These are like, we've already talked about the woman's side. So how do you feel about you said coming from the man side saying some goofy shit like that?
That's goofy as hell. And that speaks from somebody who comes from a low maturity level. Because if you are a grown man on your grown man shit, then you know that what you're doing comes from a place in your heart. That is comes from a good place inside of you. You're not doing that because you're thirsty or you're desperate or none of that. You did it because you wanted to. If you're a good person doing it from a good place, then I absolutely tip my hat to stepfathers because you volunteered. You volunteered to be a dad. Whereas that dad who did not volunteer, that dad made that baby. That dad made that baby and he volunteered to back off. He volunteered to not do his job. He volunteered to mistreat mom. He volunteered for all of those things. So when you step up and you do another man's job, absolutely not simping, especially if you're good at it. If you're good at it and them babies grow to love you, yo, you earned that. You earned all of those stars and bars because you volunteered for that and you stepped up and did that from your heart.
Yes, and then actually next week, it'll be the second one I've gotten to graduation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely proud about that.
Good job. Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't give a damn how hard the road was. We got there. So so it is what it is. No.
That's all that matters.
Now, there's another thing I want to talk about. Using women with the BBL and the breast augmentations and using the nose jobs and the lashes and all that goofy whatever shit. Are y'all doing it for yourself or are you doing that shit for men or are you doing that shit for other women?
Don't ever always understand something. When us women get dressed, we don't do that for y'all. We do that for them. Our hardest critics are other women because women have such a hard time adjusting another woman's crown. Instead their hater outshines that beauty that they might have. And so another woman is going to look at another woman like, did you really put that shoes on with that shirt? Like, And even if they appreciate how that woman put that together, man, they ain't finna tell her. They finna just look at her from across the room. So when women get dressed, we get dressed for them other women. We don't get dressed for y'all because you don't care what we have on. You might say we look nice. You might know that we're going to put something on nice, like your wife. You know your wife. So you know if you go out to dinner, you know your wife is going to put on something respectful. You know she's going to look like a lady. So you expect her to do so. You know she's going to be stunning in whatever she puts on, whether it could be a brown paper bag and a pillowcase. She's going to rock that though cuz that's your baby and you know that, right?
Facts.
So we ain't do that for you. We know that you think we're pretty. We know that you know how we know how to put it together. We did that for them outside women who are looking at us like, We did that for them. As far as those BBLs, that is not for y'all. That is for attention. That is not, and I strongly believe that is not for a self-esteem issue. That is not to make yourself feel better. Your eyelashes might be for the same reason women wear makeup. It's to make you feel better. But as far as your whole plastic surgery, man, listen, God made you exactly how you were supposed to be. Who are you to go changing things? He made that blueprint already. Who are you? There wasn't nothing medically wrong with you. Who are you to go altering things? He ain't make you to do that. Leave well enough alone.
Exactly.
Stop trying to alter yourself to be somebody that you weren't never meant to be. If you were meant to be somebody with a waist like Barbie and an ass that came out of a box, then God would have made you that way. Or some brilliant scientist would have come up with this 125 years ago. They didn't because you weren't meant to do that. You weren't.
You said now we're gonna start winding down these a little bit. This is like I wanted to also say because I did another TikTok that actually went. It did pretty good, but I had my wife in it, and women will sit there and they'll go get all those BBLs and this, that, and the third, and to try, and of course, yes, they garner the attention that they're searching for, and things like that. But then they get mad and when they get cheated on still. And because 9 times out of 10, if something's missing, whether it's with him or whether it's with their communication or something's missing at home. And so like, because in the TikTok video, he's like, well, would you sleep with my best friend? And he said, well, most niggas would fuck the couch. Yes, we would sleep with your best friend. And it's like, you see all these other people on the internet using like with the whole Drea Michelle situation, using getting pregnant by the 22-year-old guy. And I think she's got a 22, 23-year-old son. And people on the internet are losing their mind, calling her all kinds of monsters. Like using also Brittany Renner calling her all kind of monsters by preying on these young boys, and this, that, and the fucking third. But then you got OGs like Shaq, and which we'll come back to before we end, dating a 21-year-old girl, but nobody's saying anything. Usually, so like, of course we know it's double standards, but how does that hit you? Because me personally, I think it's a little weird, but that's just me.
It's weird all the way around. But men have always been able to get away with things that women couldn't get away with. Men have always had younger women. Like, it's kind of expected. Like, especially if you get into your middle ages, you're expected to come home in your midlife crisis with a 22-year-old. Like, they see that for you, that we see that in your future. But I mean, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong if a woman wants to go be a cougar. Don't be out here making babies, though. Don't be out here making babies, because just like I tell the young kids, when you're growing up and you're starting to stick your little thing in things, I need you to pay attention to who you're poking around with, because you need to know, is she fun for right now, or is she going to be an amazing mother to an amazing child? Because if you don't see that, then I'm gonna need you to wrap that shit up, because we're not finna spend a lifetime with a woman who's going to be a horrible mom. That goes the same way when you're older. Do you really see you spending forever and forever with this 21-year-old? Is he going to be an amazing father? Did you do that so he could be an amazing father? Or did you just do that because you wanted to do that? That was a completely you thing. Either way, people have stopped doing things for themselves, and they've started doing things for likes, for followers, and for money. People always say that money is the root of all evil. That is an absolute lie. It is the pursuit of money that is the root of all evil. That is the part that makes people do ugly things and brings ugly things out in people. Social media is the exact same thing.
Absolutely. Now, Houston, is like, to me, where Shaq where Shaq comes off as weird is because Shaq, you an OG. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we get it. You want the the 21-year-old chick or whatever, whatnot, and that's cute. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, I think, like you said, just like when Deion Sanders brought Brittany Renner to his football players, be like, yo, they out here looking for you to get you. And you said she was honest and you said and upfront with these students, which I thought was beautiful. But I think like somebody that is as big as a platform as Shaquille O'Neal, you said should be out here teaching these young boys, like, yo, because it just came out recently that Shawnee O'Neal said she never loved him, which
Correct.
I get. But people also forgetting the fact that Shawnee O'Neal had a child when she came into Shaq's life.
Sure.
Shaq took on that child. And they had a life together. Yes, he had his infidelities and things like that, but then to sit here and hear all these years later that you never loved me, and the way he handled it was so classy. He was like, the way I was acting, I wouldn't have loved me either. Which, chef's kiss. He's a beautiful, classy. But at the end of it, as a man, it was like, yo, I put all this time, energy, investments into you. Yes, I messed up. I'm human. But for the note that I think their oldest child is like 20 or something like that or whatever, and you say that you never loved me, it's like because I think a lot of these women are playing the long game, but they're using children to do it, and I don't think that's cool. And this is a PSA from for 41-year-old man. I don't pay for cheeks. I don't pay for internet porn. And at the end of the day, prior to my wife, using the reason I was 31 when I had my first biological child. So I'm gonna tell you now, I know y'all believe all the bullshit y'all want to, whether you rub one out or whether you get some pussy, with or without a condom, the nut is still the same, my nigga.
Still the same.
Wrap it up.
Yep.
It's like, but anyway, like before we get up out of here, what are you saying? What's your social medias and what's your social media if people want to get in contact with?
So I don't social media because
Yeah.
I hate social media. So I do have a TikTok. I really don't know what my name is. I think it's like Heather C0351. I really don't know. I'm on there. It's my picture. I am on that stupid dating app. I don't know what that. I have disabled it and enabled it multiple times over. I think I just get bored, or I think I just hope that it's recycled somewhere. But I'm just here. Like, I'm just existing. I'm just here.
Nothing wrong with that. The last question I'm going to ask you
Yeah.
is like, being a part of this in the kickoff episode of There's Definitely Pee in the Dating Pool. How did you feel it went?
I think it was amazing. And if you ever have any more questions, please call me. Like, I have so much to say all the time on anything. We can speak on anything from politics to prostitution. I got you. But as far as this pee in the dating pool, I'm your girl for this, man. I promise.
There we go. And I definitely will be reaching out. We're definitely gonna have to do this again.
I feel we need a panel. Need a panel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Facts, we need a panel.
Absolutely. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss another video. Now, without further ado, I love you. Little Dub loves you. Miss Heather loves you. We out of here, man. Peace.
Thank you.
The boy Dub Deuce in the building.